67-60, Robert Morris defeating Clarion. Adam Gusky joined by Colonial's head coach, Charlie Buscaglia. And Charlie, your team outscored Clarion 59-30 through the first 27 minutes of this basketball game, but they outscored your team 30-8 over the final 13.
Yeah, they earned it. We didn't. They outplayed us down the stretch. They outworked us. Their hearts were full and ours weren't. And if you have that, you have a big problem.
Well, this obviously is not the way you wanted to head into your final non-conference game against a Division I opponent. Talk about the 15-0 run that Clarion went on to finish the game.
Playing with more passion, hustling harder to the ball, playing with a great speed down the floor, us not communicating on defense, not matching up well, getting pinned under the post, letting them touch our paint just whenever they wanted, short closeouts. I mean, there's so many things going on in my head right now that how we finished that game is the reason why they closed it out like that. Credit goes to them. I give them a lot of credit for continuing to push. I could see it before the game that they had, an intensity to them, and we knew that they were going to come out and really want this. And, we didn't do a good job of continuing to play for 40 minutes and continuing to get a little bit better as the game went on. We really, at the end of the game there, we got soft and, our hearts weren't full, like I said, and that's a recipe for disaster. We prepare better for that, and we didn't do a good job. So, we didn't have a good game today. We got to be able to come back and learn from our mistakes and know that, responding is the most important thing.
Talked about the defensive woes over that stretch of time, the final 13 minutes, but talk about how there was a lid on the basket as well.
Well, when you're not putting it in mentally on the defensive end, it seems to affect the offensive end a lot of times too. When you're not willing to put the work in, when those balls come off, it's a big difference. When you're not getting stops down at the other end and then those balls come off, they seem to be a little bit more significant. And I think that's what was going on. When you go through a bad stretch of shooting and you start missing around the basket and you start missing wide open shots and putbacks around the basket, when you're not willing to go down there and grind, those misses become monumental. And that's what was going on there. A lot of, if the ball will just go in, well, if we would just get a stop, if we would just do a good job of making it difficult for them down at that end, I think it would have transferred over a lot for the offensive end. So, I'm big into, the quality of shots, and if we got good quality looks, make sure we're doing our job down there, and things will start to go for us if we stay mentally tough. That was our biggest problem. We weren't mentally tough.
67-60, Robert Morris defeating Clarion here at the North Athletic Complex. Adam Gusky joined by Colonial's head coach, Charlie Buscaglia. Another issue, Charlie, for the second game in a row, free throw shooting. It was evident in the first half against Lafayette and then here in both halves.
We couldn't take any more than we did yesterday. We took 100 each. They came in last night and shot extra. We had to make sure that they were able to get in the gym last night and put the late hours in. So, we just went through a week of exams, and, they were studying all week and practices were light, and, you got to sacrifice for academics. They're student athletes. So, we had a week of a lot of academic stuff, a lot of big tests that they had to take this week during exams. And, yesterday night was kind of like it was over. Let's get the shots up. Let's go after it. Let's get our free throws. Let's put that extra time in the gym, and we did. But we didn't transfer it over today and mentally be prepared to take them when we had to take them when the lights were on. So, we got to get back to the grind of things and just keep taking more free throws and maybe taking them a little bit more live, and just getting better at it. We've been pretty good from the line over the years. I think the timing of the game and us not handling things as a whole in this whole game had a lot to do with it. I think the way we played defensively affected everything, and free throws as well.
Let's talk about one of the positives out of this basketball game, and that was rebounding. You out-rebounded Clarion by 16 in total. Add to that your forwards had 25 rebounds. Nneka Ezebo with 15, 10 from Mulrain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we did a good job with our bigs, especially of, using our strength and our size for the most part. Down the stretch there was a lot of balls that hit our hands we didn't grab, too. So we could have done a lot better, down the stretch especially. A lot of balls hitting our fives' hands and just coming out, a lot of catching the rebound, throwing it aimlessly. So a lot of those offensive rebounds we got, we threw the ball away after we got them because we didn't want to be strong with the ball and pivot and stuff like that. So a lot of those rebounds could have resulted in a lot more for us. And, we didn't do a good job of capitalizing on them when we should have. So, again, another area of the game where we had a positive where we got the rebound, but, going up and finishing afterwards, it was there a lot more than we did it.
You've got to be happy with the way Nneka Ezebo played today. 23 points, 15 rebounds, 2 steals, no turnovers.
Yeah, she did some good things out there for sure. And she's been a good physical, athletic force around the basket for us. Down the stretch, she's got to, play better defense like that. She was letting their center pin us a lot underneath the basket there. She can do a lot better defensively. But, she did a good job of cleaning up a lot of misses too. You know, we missed some real good looks from the outside. They came off, and she was there to get the rebound and put it back in. So she had a pretty good game today, but, you know, I'm going to be watching that defensive end that she could have done a little bit better.
You've got Kent State coming in on Tuesday morning, a reasonably short turnaround, number one. Number two, another one of those 10 a.m. games. How to get your team up for the final non-conference game of the season?
A lot of video watching from this, you know, getting back out here and understanding what it takes to go out here and grind and to go out there. And now the competition goes up with Kent State. You know, they're a good team. Last year they were probably its best RPI win we had last year, and you know, they're good again this year. You know, they've shown a lot, so we're going to have to work a lot harder, and we're going to have to go to the video and see the things that we were doing wrong. You know, it doesn't take much to see how things could happen like that. You know, it just, you lower your standards a little bit, and now you got a lot of correcting to do. So going to the video and just getting after it, and we got to stay positive. You know, you got to stay positive towards what you're doing, but you got to be willing to put the work in. You know, there's a lot of truth, you know, a lot of truth in going forward with grace, and that's how we got to handle this. So, you know, today we weren't good. We wound up winning the game. We could do a lot better, but to come back and to go out there and compete hard and try to get a win against Kent State, we're going to have to, you know, up ourselves a little bit more as a team. You know, we're going to have to make sure that it's 5 people on the court every possession willing to go 100%.
Look forward to talking to you hopefully after a win on Tuesday.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Colonials head coach Charlie Buscaglia, again, Robert Morris defeating Clarion 67-60 here at the North Athletic Complex. We'll be back on the call for you here on NEC Front Row on Tuesday morning as the Colonials take on Kent State. Justin Piles and I will be on the call for you right here on NEC Front Row. For Justin, I'm Adam. We'll talk to you then.